My name is Frank Rodriguez. I made these videos, which I title The Faces of Kensington, because every time I go down there to do work in the community, I always see those people, and we're so quick to walk past them, ignore them, look down upon them, and think everybody's just down there as a result of them chasing their next high, or things like that. Everybody has a story though, and a lot of them are down there self-medicating, and I don't judge. I've been down there one time myself. Luckily, my addiction didn't lead to me being homeless. It easily could have, and if I pick back up, it could lead me there right now. I could lose everything I got right now, everything I've worked so hard to obtain. I could lose it all quickly if I don't remain humble and grateful. So that's what made me decide to make this little docu-series, I guess. This is the first one. We got, I got a decent amount of interviews, and a lot of these people are so eager to talk because they don't want to see other people repeat the mistakes that they made themselves.
2 nights later of him staying there, we were all drinking again, and I'm in the room, and my lifestyle and the way I am, I'm putting a dress on and high heels and stuff, and next thing you know, 2 guys come in the room, they push me up against the wall. And first time I ever tried to fight back, and then they overpowered me. I didn't have it in me to fight back. I just figured just let it go so it can just end as fast as possible. And that's when my brother and my sister's baby's father came in the room. My brother shot both of them one time, and then my sister's baby father just kept stabbing them over and over. So
how was that dealing with that type of stuff?
I still try to deal with it to this day. Dealing with it, it's nerve-wracking. I'm nauseous all the time, and then anytime I see a guy even get loud or hostile with a female, it just brings back all these memories. And then I have nightmares to this day, and I have trust issues. I was in a relationship ready to get married, and I just couldn't do it because I felt like all these things that I have to deal with were stopping me from being able to even give him that chance of trusting him and letting him know that I don't put any of that on you, which I can't say that I did at the time, because I felt like I did reflect a lot of that onto him, which wasn't fair to him. So the easiest thing was to just let it go.
And so what type of things do you experience down here? Because I know, especially with your lifestyle,
right.
You know what I mean, that I would think it'd be a little bit harder.
People think that it's a little bit harder, but I mean, as in to get money and to get high and stuff, it's easier for me because of my lifestyle, because guys just want to give the money, and with they're undercover and they hide their sexuality and stuff. They'll come to me, approach me, I'll get the money. At first coming around, it was a lot of men fail to realize my whole life I had to fight, so I still fight, to protect myself. And it was harder at first, but then once everybody got to know me and they realized, I'm not your average, gay person. It's, because I respect everybody for who they are, and then I understand, because I see it a lot in the gay world, of how a lot of them guys disrespect straight guys and make them feel uncomfortable to the point to where they become homophobic and get nervous being around them because they think, they're looking at them a certain way. It was like that at first, but once people got to know me, it's like everybody loved me. It was like, it was that thin line. It was either you love me or hate me. Yeah.
And what type of stuff do you see down here, with the violence and all that type of stuff?
I see a lot of, just the other day, this guy got caught trying to steal drugs off of one of the dealers because he was nodded out. And it was to the point where the one guy's broke a stick, and he's like, well, I'm just gonna ram this up his ass. And I see a lot of vicious acts of violence that they do, beating people in the head. 2 days ago, this guy's head was out to here.
Sorry.
Excuse me.
Oh.
Yeah, we're doing an interview.
And so do you see like the women being preyed upon down here and stuff like
Yeah.
that, and overall down here in Kensington,
Yeah,
not just here?
overall, yes, but especially down here because it's like when a guy comes and he thinks that just because this area, if a woman's down here, they automatically will do anything for money. It's not like that because a lot of the females, they all don't prostitute. But so it was like basically I had a friend and she kept turning this guy down. No, I don't prostitute, I don't do that. You know, I boost and I steal to get my money. And she kept telling him no. And then one night she was walking home and he beat her up, raped her. It was horrible. It was like she came, her whole face was like hanging off because he beat her in the face with a brick because she said no. And you would think that these guys wouldn't have to do things like that. They wouldn't have to do things like that to take stuff from women, like their feminine parts and stuff, because they're very good-looking guys. But I guess that's what turns them on, and that's what they get into, you know. So you see a lot of horrible stuff down here. Most of the time, it's like you gotta turn the other way.
Yeah.
You know, as much as you want to help, it's like if you do, you know, then it becomes you.
And what advice would you give to somebody who is thinking about using drugs to deal with their issues or anything like that?
Oh my God, I would say pick up the phone, call somebody, talk to your family, even if you feel as though that you can't even if you feel as though you can't talk to your family and you can't, you know, do anything, or you know, you just feel like they just won't listen or won't understand, go somewhere, talk to a friend, somebody, let it out, don't hold it in. That's my biggest thing, is don't hold it in, because I let everything bottle up to the point where when I exploded, and there was like no coming back, and you know, it hurts. You know, I'm just saying, don't pick up drugs. It's gonna ruin your life. As much as you think it looks fun and it's a lifestyle, and yeah, we're up all night and stuff, it's horrible. It's horrible because you have to worry about when you're gonna get your next one, and you know, the feelings you have in your stomach. You know, you wanna, like, you're talking to somebody, like I'm talking to you right now, and as much as deep down in me wants to be like, hey, do you have a couple dollars left? My pride won't allow me to do that, you know, and now I find myself, you know, getting boxes of cereal and cookies and clothes from people when I never had to do that before.
And so where do you sleep at?
Right now I'm sleeping underneath the bridge right here in the tents.
Okay. So you have a tent you sleep in?
No, I'm actually staying with a friend. So.
Okay, so a friend has a tent?
Yes.
And you're staying there?
Yeah.
Now, when it comes time to take showers and stuff like that, where do you just gotta get them when you can?
For the women, they have the Women's Center, which is right there at Somerset and Kensington. That's pretty much open about 5 days a week. You can take showers, they give you snacks, you can have a hot meal. There's a bunch of things you can do with that. Then Prevention Point has Women's Night on Tuesday nights. You can go shower, and every time you go shower, they give you a fresh pair of underwear, socks, and then if you need clothes, you'll sign up on a list, and right before you're going into the shower, they tell you to go back so you pick out an outfit and stuff.
Oh, that's dope.
They do. There's a lot of things that they can do. Yeah, a lot of things that they can do.
At the shelter?
No, Prevention Point. Yeah, a lot of things that they can do to help women and stuff, but they have a lot of things for men too.
Yeah. That's good.
All that stuff you just mentioned is females.
They have Women's Center and the Women's Night at Prevention Point, but there's a lot of other things for men.
And if you had the option to get into treatment, would you take it?
Yes.
You would take hands down if they told you to go
down,
right now,
yes.
you'd go?
Yes, I would take it. I've been trying. I went to Episcopal. I went everywhere, and they're like, "Oh, your insurance won't cover it, or we don't have." The big thing right now is it's the winter.
Yeah.
Everybody went into rehab. So it's like a lot of people just went in to have that bed for a little while, to the real bitter cold stops, and then they come out and they start it all over again. So it's not fair to the ones that really want to get clean. Like, hands down, I'm so tired. It's like, I want it to be over. It's like points to where I wake up in the morning, I'd rather be dead.
Yeah.
And it's sad to say it, but when I came to realization, like, that's really how I felt, you know? So my mom don't have to, you know, even though I didn't steal material stuff from my mom, I'm stealing her sleep, and my niece loves me to death. Like I said, her dad did what he did for me, and I vowed to him, I will always take care of your daughter for you. And my niece, she's my world.
No, it's hard. You know, we've been down here. Not specifically right here, but we've been down here. You know. So.
If y'all don't mind me asking, like, how long have you two been doing this? Y'all just getting started?
No, we've been doing this about 2 years.
Yeah, about 2 years now. We've been coming
Usually
down
you go
here.
to Kensington and Somerset.
I always wondered, like, where do y'all get all of this stuff from?
Donations.
People.
That's why
People come and get y'all this stuff because they
We
know what y'all
advertise.
do.
We're looking for donations.
I have a barbershop, so through my barbershop, I tell everybody, look, we're going to be making a trip to Philly. This is why it's important
Oh, y'all
that
not
we
even
get.
from here?
No, we live about 3 hours from here.
Oh my God.
So it's important
Y'all
that,
come here to do that?
like,
Yeah,
we
we
do
used to
interviews
come
and
down
stuff
here
and
to
get
get
footage.
high, so why can't we come down
we
here to
show
do something
people
good?
what
Y'all
we're
used to do
doing.
that?
you
People
know.
don't realize
The two of y'all
the effort
together?
and
And
everything.
y'all got clean together?
You know how much effort we put into getting high and getting
Boy,
that
that
next
is
bag? If
beautiful.
we put that effort into getting clean or even staying clean,
Yeah, even a fraction of that.
exactly a percentage of what we did to get high. Do you know what type of life and everything we could have?
Yeah.
I'm like the shit I do all day long to stay high or get high. You know, the money I'm spending all day is $60 minimum. And if I wasn't getting high and at
I
$60
go over
a day, I'm
$100
not
every
spending
day.
that. So, you know,
And
even if
I
I
don't even
spend
know where I
$15,
find
$20 a
it
day,
at.
all
I
the money
easily
that I'm
spend
saving up.
$100
Yeah.
a day.
And
Easy.
even when I just look, you know what I had to do is I had to start liking myself, and then I had
Yeah.
to start loving myself
Yeah.
because I didn't even like myself.
Because it's like when I look in the mirror, like, yeah, you know, okay, I'm a good looking person, but on the inside, I hate
That's right.
myself, you know, because of the things that I'm putting myself through, my family through. Like I said, I get an SSI check, and believe it or not, I give my mom my money
Right.
to help pay her rent and stuff. She got my
Right.
niece and nephew she raises by herself. My sister's pregnant, you know, and it's like, I give up everything I have just to help them because my niece, I don't want them to have the life I had.
Right.
With their dad being in jail for double life and everything, that little girl means the world to me. And I'd rather give it all up and deal with how I live. Because I'd rather her have something nice. Like her birthday was in November. Got my check and I went and got her a phone. So I call her like every night. And you know, even though my lifestyle becoming a female and stuff, she still calls me unks. Like she called me Uncle Bunkle. I don't know where this little girl came up with it. But she's 11 years old now. She's still like, when I'll stop at my mom's and we'll lay on the couch or something, she takes her shoes right off. Takes her shoes off, takes her socks off, and she's like tickle. So, yeah. And my nephew, and I couldn't ask for these kids to be any better than they are. Like, my nephew, he's 14 years old, and if I said to him, like, I'd say it to him just to see if he'll do it. I'm like, go ahead, John, say bitch. And he just won't. But he plays, he plays the violin. He plays 3 sports. This little kid gets up every day, 6 o'clock in the morning, to go get on the bus, to go to school.
Right.
His grades are so good, and then it's so happy, like when I get to go to a championship game, and we're all wearing these jerseys with his names on it and stuff. You know, I'm so proud of him.
And you can get that back.
Yeah.
You don't ever have to worry about like getting high. Like, you know, obviously you're gonna think about it. You
Yeah.
got clean.
Like, I mean, you can see right now, like, you know, normal people come down to get high.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
know? This lady comes down and she's like a registered nurse that runs a whole floor in Jefferson Hospital. And it's like people think, oh, it's just the ones that walk around with that book bag
Yeah,
and that
no,
are
no,
dirty
no.
and stuff. No, I watch all day long people in suits jump out of Mercedes Benzes and, you know, the most normal looking people. Or even there's a couple that comes on the weekends and they're, you know, you can tell like they look like they have everything well put together. But then again, you know, they could be that couple that's fighting every night. Exactly.
They're functional.
That's all it is. People don't realize that it's just a functional. I did that in the beginning too.
Sometimes
I was an
people are
inventory
functional.
manager for McDonald's, and I ran 5 McDonald's stores and just basically counted inventory all day long.
Right. Right.
And you know, I made good money and stuff. But then it gets to the point where all you focus on is drugs, and you don't want to get up. At first, I thought it was fun. I hated that.
Yeah, until it's not fun anymore.
I hated that life. You know.
Yeah, until it's not fun. When was the last time you got high?
I got high this, I'd probably say around like 6 o'clock in the morning. You know, so I'm starting to get like them leg cramps and stuff. And,
How often do you have to get high?
I used to do it just to be oblivious. Now I just do it to stop from being sick.
So how often do you think?
Every couple of hours. With the fentanyl now, it lasts a couple hours, so you only really need to get $5 for a $5 bag. It'll last, I'd say, at the least 4 to 5 hours. And if you get something really good, they say legs, if it has legs, then you're getting something that'll last you 12 to 14 hours, you know. So like, yeah, I did it around 6 and I'm starting to feel it now, so.